Oh, wow, that was quicker than normal. Usually it sits there for a minute or two. I finished getting all my stuff together here. But not today. I still haven't turned on Dark Shadows. Season 2, episode 30. Um, there we go. I think that's a little, I can kind of look at the screen better and look at the camera. There we go. Um, we could probably move the camera down a tiny bit. Too much. Yeah, I think that's better. Added some my rope light up there finally. So yeah, it looks a lot better, I think. It's not just the ambient light from outside and my can lights. Ah, yeah, that gives me a good bit of or a little bit more room, a couple inches. Let me put my little people up right here. Oh, thank you for the like, whoever just kind of. There we go. All right, where was I? There I am. What am I doing? Who am I? What is Tim Hunter? Who is Tim Hunter? Hey, Brooks, how are you? Your weekend all right? I didn't really do much this weekend. Just I played D&D with my friends on Saturday. That's about all I did. I did get a couple of sets off of the Prime deals, or whatever they call it. Got two sets for like, I think it was $25. Can't beat that. They're not big sets, but yeah, something small, something to play around with. Looks like I'm going to be doing a bunch of ceiling tile. This one. That's what all these pieces look like. But hey, you know, back when I was young, you wanted to be doing all this stuff all the time. Now that you get a couple years on you, you're like, man, the best weekends in the world. I'm just futzing around. I mean, back in the day, I'd be going out to the club every weekend. we'd all be we'd be meeting up there. She'd be spending, 3 hours getting ready. Then you spend a couple hours at the club, go to Waffle House, because Waffle House is the best thing after midnight. That's the best time to go. And that was a good weekend. Then spend all weekend doing that, and then Monday I'd go to work. And sometimes it'd be Monday when I went to bed before I went to work, but after a while, I remember she was getting annoyed we weren't doing that stuff a lot anymore, and like, "Love, do you have the energy to do that? I don't." She was like, "Yeah, I guess I really don't wanna do that anymore." Every once in a while, it'd be nice to do something like that, but I can't really. Shit, it's like 2200. I'm like, "Man, isn't it bedtime?" Yeah, we've been playing this D&D game, this 3 of us, since, like, maybe 2005 or 6. Yeah, I mean, so those weekends just fit you fine right now. I mean, once in a blue moon, I go on a date. The most it is like, go see a movie, and I'm pretty much home by maybe 23. And that's still fun. Done a couple escape rooms with different dates, but that's about it. Yeah, shit, just about everything's too expensive for me right now. But I was supposed to start work on the first, but that didn't happen. I'm starting to get to the point life is too expensive. But, knock on wood, things get better here soon. This last Friday, my little one does this thing once a month called All Pro Dads, where you're there with your little one, have breakfast before school in the cafeteria, and they talk about different stuff. This one was about thanks, man. We're trying. Fortunately, not much we can do. But this All Pro Dad thing is kind of neat. They talk about this one was resiliency or something like that. And you talk about why it's important with your little one, and they show you some kind of animated thing that talks about it, and then you and your little one talk about it for a couple minutes. It's kind of a neat thing. I wasn't able to make it to the one before that, but I made it to this one. And it was fun. It was a neat thing that the school does. It happens like first thing in the morning, so if you have a job, you won't be too late. That's a cool thing. I'm glad the school does that. I mean, I have to go from I have to drive around half the city to get to her school because her mom's up in a different part of the city than me. But it's definitely worth it. And knock on wood, I'm on orders soon. It won't be a big deal. They'll let me be late to work to do something special with my little one. A good thing about military job versus civilian. I almost have this bag organized down to the tiny, tiny bits. Yeah, I wish my school would have done something like that, but that's definitely some new ways of thinking to interact with your children. We're here in the South, unfortunately, we're like the last ones to bring up um a little bitty bat. Where can I put him? So I'll put him right there for right now. The South is really slow to change, unfortunately, with stuff like school. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to the one next month. All right, I think that's gonna be a good enough for organizing everything. Just about done here. All right, down to the tiny, tiny bits. Yeah, got these two things through the Amazon days for 20 bucks, 25 bucks. Yeah, that's about how it was in the 80s for me and 90s. Walked to the bus stop, made sure the bus I got on was going to the right school, and that was it. We my mom was never home, so I knew to get myself a snack, and they were never home when I got home. So I got myself a snack and did my homework, and that was it. Sometimes I go to my grandparents because we, at one point, we lived right down the street from them. Because my mom got a house that was like one street over, and that was really where the bus stop was anyway. It is definitely a different time. My little girl doesn't understand it when I tell her stuff like that. Think there was no one home when you got home? Like, no. But her mom works from home, and I'm pretty sure the new husband does also. What is this piece? Okay, it's this. Yeah, I definitely watched a lot of the afternoon cartoons, and yeah, I miss those cartoons. I watched the Saturday morning stuff on YouTube. Those cartoons were a different thing. Thundercats was Silverhawks. They were they were fun. He-Man and She-Ra. You know, the new She-Ra that Netflix does is actually pretty well written. Little one and I watch it, and She enjoys it. I mean, they've done a good job redoing the characters, doing a more interesting story that's not just like monster of the week. And the new Voltron, that they did a really good job on that. Because Voltron really turned into a monster of the week thing that really had no story. Where is this little piece? It's a flat thing. There it is. Hey, ultrasonic, everything going good for you? Oh yeah, we don't have the Saturday morning cartoons anymore, but YouTube, I'm pointing to my computer for some reason. A bunch of the channels, there's like 3, 4 channels that do Saturday morning cartoons. I always wonder how how they found these recordings from the Saturday morning cartoons. Yeah, I'll probably finish up this house here in a few minutes and then finally get on to, yeah, thank goodness for YouTube for that, for giving us old people some nostalgia. Is this how this goes? Yeah. I mean, those old cartoons had like they were just like everything was just monster of the week stuff. It's kind of so funny. And then now you watch it again, you're like, wow, there is no story here. But I sat there and watched every single episode of Thundercats. Yeah, unfortunately, have to get a bunch of the streaming services because I the stuff little one wants to watch isn't on YouTube. And I am just such an anime nerd. I want to watch the anime as soon as it hits. I was about to say Funimation, but Funimation isn't a thing anymore. Crunchyroll. Oh wow, a um, a Lego person hitting 1,000. That's pretty cool. I got to remember to put ultrasonic to put yours as a reminder that sends me something when you go on. It's not like I'm ever doing anything at home. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm pretty happy I got 61 right now. I think that's pretty cool. Where is this? Oh, there it is. That's really cool. I was asking, but my major was asking me about this. She's like, "Oh, well, Siren, how much do you make on this?" Like, nothing, ma'am, nothing. I just do it for the fun of it. I will never make a penny on this. Where is this little? There it is. Ah, oh, my poor little tree monster is breaking. I want my tree monster to stay together. I love my tree monster. I wish I had a tree monster at my house. That'd be really cool. There we go. Tree monster's back together. Yeah, I really think at the beginning, I remember streamers talking about the requirements were a lot lower. Some of the people that have been doing this for like 10 years or so or longer. Uh, um, the flat Earth debater people. I mean, it was like I remember one of them saying it was something like 1,000 at one point, 1,000 views. Now it's like three or four. But of course, during COVID, it was a lot easier for people because everyone was sitting around at their home watching YouTube. And I was sitting around at my post watching YouTube. I did lots of overnight shifts, so that's about all I did. I'd walk around outside, walk around inside, and then sit back at my post. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I mean, that's really what I'm enjoying doing this, just talking to people about random stuff and Legos. I can only sit around so much and oh, and worry about everything. Oh no, I just lost a tiny, tiny piece. Uh, no, the extra lights that I hung out there, I think, are helping. I can see the floor better. Yep, those extra lights are helping. Oh man, have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Always glad to talk to people. Where does Okay, I understand now. Uh, y'all tell any difference in the lighting? I put some LED lights up there, so I'm hoping that everything looks a little better. I mean, it's probably not a good thing being able to see my face better, but you can probably see the Legos a little better. I can see the bricks I dropped better on the floor, and that definitely helps. Oh, oh, my knee. Went for a. I didn't feel like driving to the gym today, so I went for like a 30-40 minute walk, and my knee is complaining. Which is weird because at the gym, I do the treadmill and then I do the Stairmaster. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that it does look brighter. Yeah, it's like my knee doesn't complain after I do the Stairmaster, but it's complaining after I go for a walk in my freaking neighborhood. You see, I have these LED lights throughout my house and I use my Amazon thing to turn them on and off. And my stairs go onto my second level. I thought that I'd use them there to when I turn all the lights off downstairs. but I never do. So I figured, hey, you know, everything's so dark down here because there's can lights, but I think it looks better to think it helps it to have some lights down here. Wait, this doesn't look right. I think this is going to be a ghost. There we go. My dyslexia was kicking in there, and I couldn't figure the right way to put its feet. That's the funny thing with dyslexia is sometimes I'm looking at these instructions and I'm like, this just doesn't make any freaking sense. I sit there and look at the directions for like a minute going, why isn't my brain processing this? Yeah, it probably is the pavement. I haven't thought about that. So we were actually supposed to do a PT test this coming weekend at drill, but our drill was canceled, unfortunately. I could have really used the money, but the good thing is I was not ready for the PT test. Yep, it's a silly little ghost. And for some reason he has a little he's protecting a little jewel. Oh, that's neat. So, yeah, you can see it. This little ghost in the window right there, it's on a thing that turns. So right there, it's a little too small, but yeah, there's no way y'all could see that. There's a little jewel right there, but when it turns around, it looks like the ghost is kind of walking, and then you could see the jewel behind it. That's just too cute. I love how it's just barely you can see its eyes. Oh, this thing is too cute. This haunted house. Like I used to say, it's made of cute. I used to have this joke with like tiny actresses. It was like they are made of tiny. There is nothing in them but tiny. And all the tiny actresses are from a tiny island made of completely inhabited by tiny women. I'm doing something wrong there. Oh, I skipped a step. That's what I did wrong. Sarah, do actually follow the directions. I should have another little. I should have another little turny thingy. No, no, this one goes in here. Okay, and then there's this thing. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, okay. Oh, that's neat. I'm thinking this should be able to. Yeah, there we go. So it doesn't go all the way around, but this little thing turns the ghost about halfway. It does a 180. So my guess being that when you have it all collapse like this, you can still turn the ghost as I throw the Lego pieces everywhere. There we go. Yeah, I love that. That is just too cute. What a neat little idea. Sure, these people have a lot of fun coming up with stuff like that. It, yeah, it's a great little play feature. I know little one's going to enjoy playing with that. I mean, I enjoy playing with it. Well, at least now, you know, we don't have to pretend that we're getting this stuff completely for our kids or anything like that. Like, yeah, I'm an adult and I want to play. It's my money. I'm going to play with my toys. I'm going to enjoy building them. I enjoy my collectibles. Yeah, I mean, I will 100% be in uniform, my stripes and my rocker, and say, yeah, I love playing with my Legos. I have completely earned the right to say I enjoy playing with my Legos, and there is nothing wrong with it. It's kind of a problem with although other generations, older generations, especially for males. I mean, we were still taught it in my generation that guys are supposed to always be serious and not enjoy playing with stuff, and you're not supposed to sit there and play with toys with the kids and stuff. It's like, nah, nah. I'm going to sit there and enjoy playing with toys. I'm earning money. I'm stressed. I'm going to enjoy and have fun. There's no reason not to. I mean, we're still kind of stuck in the a bit. Men are supposed to be less emotional and not show our emotions and all that stuff, but I don't think that's ever going to completely go away. And my grandfather was the male role model in my life, so that's who I learned to be a man from his generation. Oop- Oops. Let me put this on mute for a second. I'll be right back. All right. Nothing big. So I think this is a like a dresser. It's a dresser. Usually my mom doesn't call me unless something big is going on, but she just called me to say hello. which is another difference in the generations and male female. Guys, we usually don't call just to say hello. Man, I've been collecting Legos since the 80s. Yeah, that's the big problem is, man, these things gotten so expensive. And I one thing I do watch out for is when the stores um, put stuff in their discount bin, and when they do specials, if you're a Lego Rewards member, um, I mean, still the stuff's not cheap. That's just the fact of the matter. But where is it? Yeah, it's off screen. This is just off. This is just off stage. So this guy here, I got this because they were doing a special for Harry Potter stuff. At the same time, they gave me this little thing, and where is it? Ah, so this is part of a little Quidditch practice set. There's like three other little tiny. I hate doing English like that. Three tiny things that also came with this for 140 bucks or 150. So it was this, and this for 150 bucks because they were doing a special on Harry Potter. Then just off camera here, it's it's a Mega Block set, the Red Rocket truck stop that Target was doing a special on. Target does specials on Mega Blocks and sometimes Legos, so I watched that. Um, this um, that's on my thumbnail. You'll see the book. I got that. Oh, no, I don't see it. There was a Lego Friends thing and this. That's one of the good things if you do the Insiders Rewards program. When you go to the stores or online, if you spend like 100 bucks, I think, or 120 bucks, there's usually always something they with give with it. So, but shit, mostly, man, I've just been collecting Legos since I was a kid. Oh yeah, and I also got this thing that fell apart a couple days ago because I was rearranging my tables. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to Black Fridays in years. I probably should. I got out of the habit when I was on active duty. Yeah, I mean, if you can buy 2 sets at once and sell them in a couple of years, that is definitely a great thing to do. I think it like on the discount bin. I haven't built this one yet. I mean, it's not a huge discount. This one went from 31 or 38 to 31 or 39 to 31. But still, my little one loves the Legos Dream stuff, so I always keep my eyes open on that. And I've seen the old Batmobile was in their reduced section once. And I'll also ask if they yeah, I gotta remember that. I always forget that. about the Black Friday weekends. If you ask them if at the stores if they have any broken boxes or dented boxes, they'll give you a discount on it. I pretty much always ask that. I mean, that's like 10%, I think. That's better than nothing. And with expensive as these things are, it's worth every penny to try to get 10% off. There's a handful of this stuff is just stuff I've had since I was a kid. Lego is like actively trying to dissuade the secondary selling because so many people were buying so many of them at once. Normal collectors were having trouble getting stuff. Ooh, man, I hope I go back to work soon. There's a chance they'll pass a little bit of the budget for military this week, and my major is checking with our hire because I want to get some more Legos. It doesn't matter. I'm completely broke. I want more Legos. That's the important part. And Christmas is looming in the future. I need a little bit of more money for that. Huh, I didn't know that. I've read some stuff about them, limiting the stuff you could buy at once as a way to dissuade the secondary market. Maybe it'll just help keep it more in check. Um, as opposed to $500, it might be $200 or something. Maybe that's what it is. I'll have to do some more reading on that. That's interesting. I didn't know that. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, that's a little more steady. No, that's definitely, I thought about that. If more people are, yeah, there's more market, then sometimes it just takes longer because more people are selling it. It's really rare that I buy anything um, um, secondary market like that. Because truthfully, there's not a lot of sets that I really have to have, but that might change once they start letting Pokemon doing Pokemon stuff. I mean, I know it will change. I am just far too addicted to Pokemon stuff. Me and little one. Here we go. Hmm. I've never watched prices too much to really tell a huge difference. I just know that it's been less and less. True. If it goes back in stock. Yeah, I did not know that they bought that. Hey kid, how you doing? I'm gonna finish up this bag in a little while. But why is this not lined up? Oh, I see. I missed a step. There it is. Tell you, adding that light, adding my little rope light there, not only made it easier for y'all to see the small stuff, but it makes it easier for me to find everything I drop. Because I am a klutz. Yeah, I was about to drop something again. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If y'all would, more people we can get in here talking, the better. I love so much talking to all of y'all from around everywhere. How many times could I put y'all in one sentence? That was impressive, I think, even for a Southerner. I think that was impressive. Where does huh? Okay, I missed a step. That's all. Oh, that's hilarious. There we go. I think that's kind of looking like a chimney right there. There's these two brown pieces that seem to do that for me. Yeah, thanks. Oh man, when I was young, I had the thickest Southern drawl. I I like going to the stores, but um, I like that because they give you. Bricks used the term a minute ago, the free stuff, like like this ghost. Um, but every once in a while, I've seen a small thing, um, like the Falks, the Phoenix from Harry Potter. I saw that cheaper at a GameStop. Our Target does have their special stuff that's just Target. I don't go to Walmart's much just because I don't like the owners of Walmart, but that's just my being living in Atlanta. I have a lot of choices of where to go, but that's the reason I prefer to go just because sometimes you have to give away stuff that you get from the official store or their website. Yeah, I about the only time I shop at Walmart is when I'm heading to a LARP. There's a small city, and that's the only place to buy stuff. And I literally have a Walmart 5 minutes from me here. But I live in not a big city in Atlanta, but a smaller Atlanta city, and there's just lots of um, options. Yeah, I think in my accent, it's just I a little while ago I actually did find something to me um, when I was young, and I just had the thickest Southern accent. It was the cutest thing I think I've ever heard. Unfortunately, my little girl doesn't have much of an accent, but she wasn't born in the South. She was born when I was on active duty in Nebraska. Oh, we got a few more people. I didn't realize it. Thanks for saying that. Thanks for pointing that out, Galaxy. Hi, y'all. I'm finishing up this little haunted house. It looks like is there something inside there and I just can't see it? I don't think so. Okay. It just looks like the something with the drawing. Here in Atlanta, we have two different Lego stores that are not too far from my house, and they're nice big malls. So, little one and I like to go to that mall and to those malls and walk around because there's just lots of stuff for kids to do that at those places. We did the I've mentioned it before, but we did a build and take. A little one added a couple things to this one, but it's a yeah, just about done with it. This is like a butterbeer cart. We did two of them, and of course she put these on here. But that's another good thing about watching the Lego store is because they'll do those. She was so worried we wouldn't get a chance. She woke up so freaking early, and then we got there before the mall opened, and she practically ran to the store. Like, baby girl, we're going to be one of the first people in there. True. I mean, the stores are fairly small. It's mostly for newer stuff. Their website is great, and that secondary site. I know absolutely nothing about Minecraft. Zero. Even though I did talk to some people who worked on the backbone of it once, and that was interesting. They were talking about the math that went into it, and I thought that was insanely interesting. I mean, I haven't done programming since C and Java, so that type of programming is so far beyond me, but I found it interesting just because I am a super geek. Oh man, I love video editing. I do. I used to do it for a living back in my 20s. I enjoyed it so much. I used to have a desktop Apple that I did it, and I mean it's fun, but I got bored of it. Ah, if I had the money, I would buy a computer just for doing video editing, and I do more like my ones that are the first videos on this channel. Man, I hope you have a lot of fun doing it. Those, from what I hear, they do really well. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to make them. I love this little ghost, this little bat. I I don't know why, but I find it insanely cute. Oh, duping glitches are a pain in games. I know people that work on games and how hard they are to fix. I used to play Fallout 76 when it first came out. Oh man, that thing had so many duping glitches. Man, I have known a lot of people that do a lot of different stuff in my life. That's crazy. Why do I feel like I'm missing something here? Because I am. There they are. Hmm. I mean, for me, it's different types of entertainment. Um, Mostly the Legos have become with me is it's time that I spend with my little girl. That's what this city is. That's really why I spend so much time that I thought about doing this. Um, we'll sit down here and we'll play Legos and her stories that she's making going with these cities. The city is a little more the city is a little more built when she comes over. I clear this area when she leaves, but I figured he was talking to all of us. Are they? I don't know. Yeah. Um, you'll see a bunch of game videos on my channel because I mean I live in this big house by myself, other than when little one's here on the weekends. I love open world video games. You see a bunch of them on there. I tried to get into Minecraft, and I like stuff with a set story, I guess, because I like to get pushed along by the story. All right, Galaxy. Thanks for stopping by. I'm always glad you stopped by. I'm glad. First, I keep watching um, your stuff there every once in a while when I do. Do people eat vegetables in America? Well, in the South, we usually deep fry them. We like to make everything healthy, unhealthy in the South. But that's just an old joke. Yeah, in the South, we if it was healthy at one point, we will find a way to make it better by making it completely unhealthy. But that's some old tradition from mostly the carpetbagging era. Oh God, yeah, yeah. I mean, if it comes to vegetables, it's our portions are a lot smaller than they are in European countries. But then, if it's unhealthy, our portions are going to be triple what they are in European countries. Ooh, deep fried chocolate. That sounds great. Yeah, especially places like Texas and the South proper. And we deep fry everything. I don't know why, because it's so damn hot. Why you deep fry everything? Man, last time I was at Fort Knox, it was July. It was August or July. We were we were going in. We were already on Fort Knox, but then we had to go into a separate area inside Fort Knox that was its own secured area. And we're sitting there in our car, and me and a couple and two other soldiers looking at that gate going, "Do we have to leave?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, soldiers, we gotta get out of this car eventually." I was like, "Well, Sergeant, you gotta tell us when." And I mean, the thermometer was like 105 outside in the tarmac. or on the pavement. I was like, all right, let's do it. By the time we got into our building, we were just drenched. It was just, how can you deep fry everything when that's how you live? I mean, I love this haunted house. Yeah. So that's it. That's a haunted house. Of course, this is one of those things that has it can be three different things. Um, S. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't say your name. I'll just have to call you S. Now, I've never actually. I mean, I've been to countries here in the Americas, but I haven't been to any countries in the European or any other theaters. God damn, I'm such a soldier. Y'all can see, I love this. This organ looks so cool. Um, some of y'all weren't on here, but this little ghost, you can see him right here. It's not moving now. Seems like it's stuck somehow. There we go. So yeah, this little ghost is supposed to move around, but something is wrong. There we go. So you can see the ghost in the window, and then you can't. And I keep hurting my favorite little tree monster here. I am so sad. I love the tree monster so much, but I keep hurting him. This little nice little grave here. There's a the clock is in or is right here. It's kind of hard for me to find a good angle for it. But yeah, you can see that little hammer moves there. We have a glow in the dark ghost, Frankenstein's monster, a skeleton, werewolf, and I believe she's a vampire. And she's one of the ones that has two faces. Oh yeah, this little guy. Yeah, I got this with the when I bought this and something else. Unfortunately, it's about time for me to get off and get on the video for my little one. But it lights up. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna work on this one, and I'll probably do this little set. I'll probably do two little sets tomorrow. And my grandfather went to Greece. He loved it. He's told me all about it multiple times. Um, right near where I grew up is a Greek Orthodox church that does a festival every year, and I usually go to it. I love the music, love the food. Yeah, yeah, I definitely wouldn't fit in there with that. They look at me and say "ugly American" and run me off. I love this little set. This is just such a cute set. Little skeleton hand here. This is just such a great. Oh, thanks. This ghost, I love this ghost so much. Wait, I love, he just has a plain black head in there, but it looks so good in this glow in the dark. Um, Oh yeah, my Sneaky Tit shirts are really just me. I wear uniforms, so well, when I do actually go to work, when my government is functioning properly, so I have to have a nice different shirt to wear in everyday world. Yeah. Um, Back behind me, this side, because everything's mirrored right there. The pinball machine it's a pinball machine, gumball machine. It puts out minifigures, and I love it. Little one story for our city here. Of course, y'all see the train over here goes all the way around, and eventually I'm going to put a piece of wood there that does a drawbridge so we can get in, and then it'll go all the way around. But the minifigures are born at the gumball machine. They get on the train, and then they decide which area of the city they want to live in. Because over here is the city proper sets. Most of the dreams live here. This is usually spooky, Harry Potter, anything magical comes off of the dream sets. Then we get into the friends area. Mario, Fallout, and you can't really see it because of the this is a tall neck from Horizon is right here. And then Pokemon takes up the rest of it. So they when they get born at the gumball machine, they have to decide which area of the city they want to live in, and that's her story. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a little bouncy, of course. I don't have a very good camera. Mm. So hopefully this doesn't look weird or sound too weird. This is actually something I've had since the 80s. It's a castle. Um, some of the city proper stuff. And yeah, there you go. You can see the city a little better now. Zoom in a little bit there, I guess. This is a city proper set. This is a non-Lego Lego that fits well with the city. I still have another one of them to build. Move my water here. Some of the dreams sets. Um, this is something I need to fix because it fell when I was rebuilding the tables. Try to move nice and slow here. My computer. Um, some of the random pieces I usually have to go through when I'm working on stuff. Mario kind of lives in here, as you can see. Oh man, I'd have no idea how much all this stuff's worth. I've been collecting this stuff so long. The Red Rocket, um, Horizon, and it's about as long as my cord is. But over here in the corner, you can see some of the Pokemon area. And then some of my sets that don't really fit on anything way back there. Uh, oh, well, just see some of our stuffies, some of my little one stuffies there, and some of the sets we haven't started yet. All right, mind my hand there. So yeah, that's my little world here. I'll move this boat again. I mean, I buy this stuff so piecemeal, um, because really, unfortunately, that's kind of how my work's been for a while, has been piecemeal. And, I don't think about the worth of stuff because this is just for me and little one to have fun. Yeah, that's why I do Legos. I want her to keep her creative mind going as much as possible. Yeah, that OG that castle, I got that when I was a kid, and somewhere I have all my old Legos. I think they're still in storage when I left active duty. That's a long story there, but oops, who fell? Werewolf fell. I think I'll put werewolf inside the door here. So yeah, you can kind of see him. It's dark there. Well, it got five likes. That's better than normal. And a couple new people. I'm so glad y'all came in. I normally Monday through Thursday I stream um around 16:30 Eastern time. I'll start till about 17:30, 1800. Because then I get on video with my little one after that. Man, I hope so. I mean, the more people get in here, I love talking to y'all. Oh, that's really why I do this, to talk about Lego, to talk about y'all. I mean, get people from all over the world on this. We had someone actually from Atlanta here last Thursday. I thought that was funny, but that's about where I about when I get on is 16:30. Um, if I miss a day, I usually post something. Fridays I don't get on because that's when I also spend time with my little one. Yeah, that's really why I'm doing this, is to talk to people, find out about more people, and yeah, I think it's interesting. I didn't. There's an old joke about you're getting the army so you can go to new interesting places and meet people. Whereas I've been in 20 years now. I did 7 active, and fortunately, that was in Omaha, Nebraska. I didn't go anywhere interesting. I mean, there's nothing interesting in Omaha, Nebraska. All they have there are farms. Even the geeks were into football. That's such a quiet place. But anyways, yeah, I think we had 6 people on here at one point. That's really cool. So, um, I take a look in the people I've subscribed to. There's a couple other Lego people in here that I'm subscribed to. So, take a look at their stuff also. So, we're all talking with each other because that's what this community. That's what Legos are. It's just we're here to have fun and be big kids. I mean, I'm a big kid. I'm 290 pounds a kid. So anyway, it's time for me to get on video with her. So I'm gonna get going. Thank y'all for coming on. I'm gonna um at least work on these two things tomorrow. I got another big build down here that I haven't put the energy yet to start because it's the non-Lego and the instructions are weird. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Hope to see y'all tomorrow, later this week.